to week 58 of this movement therapy online series. My name is Brenda, and today we're going to be working with an oval ball or a bender ball. It's a nice soft ball that you just blow up, quite nice and firm for this routine, and a reflex ball. If you don't have a reflex ball, you can use a tennis ball. We're going to focus on moving over the front line of the body and over the back line of the body. The deep core line, so a lot of focus on breathing, on balance. Let's get started. We're going to start in standing. So bring the reflex ball or the tennis ball under your foot. Focus on the big toe along the inside line of that foot over the arch and back towards the toes, all the way to the heel. A nice slow, soft release, working into releasing almost all the lines of the body except for the arm lines. So we have the lateral line, we have the deep core line, the front line and the back line of the body, the spiral line. All of these lines start in the feet, the arm line from fingertips. So let's focus on a nice slow release to really stretch that fascial tissue, plump it up and hydrate it. Bring the heel onto the ball, and you're going to just roll from side to side. So bring the ball of the foot onto the mat and just massage from side to side over that heel. Now you're going to position the ball under the ball of the big toe, wrap the toes around it, the heel is on the mat, and now you're going to rotate the foot over the ball from side to side. As you do that, move the ball towards the heel, over the arch of the foot, and then you can lift the heel and just move around that heel area. Let's take the ball to the other foot, from the big toe along the inside line of that foot. A nice slow release. Bring it back over the heel towards the toes. And keep moving the ball across to the lateral line of the foot. Nice and slowly. Finish on the heel, and let's massage and move the heel from side to side. Keep the ball of the foot into the mat and just move from side to side. When you bring the ball under the ball of the foot, you can wrap the toes around it and you can massage from side to side, bringing the ball all the way down to the heel. So it's quite a slow movement. Lift the heel when the ball comes into the arch, and then just nice and slowly release it. Bring the ball to the side. We're going to take the oval ball now. As I said, it's quite nice and firm. And we're going to stand, and I want you to focus on rotating and moving the ball around the body. So squeezing the shoulder blades together at the back, opening up across the chest. Take a nice deep breath and you do that. And keep moving the ball around. Another two. And another one. Good. Let's take it from the front. Change direction. And look. And move it. Focus on breathing in and out. Keep going. Another 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Hold the ball behind the back. I want you to try and squeeze the ball and point the little fingers up to the ceiling and bounce the arms up and small movement down. So focus on the upward movement, quite a restricted range of movement. If you've got a nice big oval ball, easy to squeeze the ball. Otherwise, just hold on to it and point the thumbs down, little fingers up, so you're focusing on the back arm line and squeezing the shoulder blades together. Hold the ball where it is and just nod the head from side to side. Try relax the shoulders as much as you can. Keep going, just release that neck. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Taking a nice deep breath in, rise up and down, and breathe in and release. Good. Let's step the right foot forward. I'll mirror you. So a nice wide stance. Straddle your mat if you can. If your stabilizers are not cooperating, bring your feet slightly closer together. Otherwise, we're going to extend the ball up and over the head. Try and lift the front heel as much as you can. Move it up and down. So working into the strength of those ankles. We've released the feet. So it should be quite a nice activation for those ankles. Keep going. Keep the body nice and tall. Don't drop into that movement. Drop the tailbone and that knee towards the mat. Let's do one more and change direction of the ball. Circle it the other way. Keep going. Breathing out as you drop down. Breathe in as you come up. Two more. And the last one. Good. Bend the elbows and keep the arms in front. You're going to lift the front knee up and you're going to twist towards the knee. So you're taking the opposite elbow over the knee. And that's big movement there. Left and lower. Drop the heel if you need to in the front. Keep it lifted if you can. Keep going. Challenge that balance. 4 more. And 3. Nice rotational move. 2 and 1. Good. Drop the front heel. Hold it in that position. And I want you to squeeze that ball between the palms. Lift the elbows up and pulse. Pulse, working that front arm line. Pulse, pulse, pulse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now squeeze the ball and keep it there. Twist towards that front knee for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding the ball with the left hand. Bring the right hand behind the back. I want you to punch. 2, 3. Squeeze that ball. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Drop that knee down. Bring the ball up between both hands. And I want you to bounce into a nice lateral stretch, lengthening into the left side of the body. Now you're going to roll down through the spine. Bring the ball just on top of the toes. And then breathe in and left. Let's reverse it to the left side. Circle and drop down. And breathe in and left. And pulse it to the right side. Pulse. 2, your left side. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7, up and over that waist. Lift up and out of the waist, over the belly button. Last 2 and the last 1. Good. Circle it again. Drop down. Bring the ball just above the toes. Take a nice deep breath in and lift. Let's reverse it to the other side. Circle down. Take a nice deep breath in and lift. Good. From there, come up to standing, and I want you to bring the ball behind the knee. Good. From there, you're going to focus on squatting. So you're pushing back into your squat and lifting. Keep squeezing the ball behind the thigh and the knee and the calf, and squat. Use the opposite arm, push back. Let's do another 5, 4. Try not to take that knee too far forward. You want to sit back into that movement. 3 more, and 2, and 1. Good. From there, bring the ball into your hand, your left hand, and we are going to hold on to the right foot, squeezing and tucking. So you're going to push back into the hand, getting a nice stretch, into the hip flexor and the front of that thigh. As you bounce the ball, push into the ball. As you push back into that hand, push and push. Get your balance, spread those toes out and squeeze that ball between the hand and the hip. Keep going. Pulse, pulse, and pulse, and 4 more, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good, and just shake everything out and release it. Okay, let's take the left foot forward. So my right, your left. Extend the ball up and lifting the heel if you can in the front. Let's drop down. So we're going to go in one direction, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, 10, 10. Let's release the heel and just bounce into that lateral side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up and out of that waist. 9, and 10. Let's drop down. Bring the forehead to the knee, the ball just above the foot. Take a nice deep breath in and reverse the circle. Reach up and over, rounding that spine, and breathe in and lift. Let's reach it up and over to your right side. Bounce for 2, and 3, 4, and 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Reach down and around again to the right side. Round your spine. Breathe into the left side. And reverse it. Let's take it down and around. Breathe into the right side. Good. From there, let's bring the hands down in front of the chest, squeezing the ball and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it there and twist for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. From there, we're going to lift up. Lift and release for 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Want to make it more challenging. Keep the heel in the front lifted. Last one. And we've squeezed the ball now. Let's bring the hand behind the back. Keep squeezing the ball with the left hand and punch. 2, or your right hand. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Step back. We're going to bring the ball into the back of that leg, squeezing the ball and sitting into your squat and lift. Arms, nice big arms for 3. Keep squeezing that ball, and 4, and 5. Make sure that knee stays where it is for 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Good. Taking the foot into that hand, bring the ball between the hip and the wrist, and you're going to push as you squeeze the ball between the wrist. Push into the hand. Keep going. Squeezing the glutes, pushing back, getting a nice hip flexor stretch. Let's do another 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Shake everything out. From there, you're going to bring the ball into the belly button. So we're going to sit back into a squat position, and we're going to squeeze the ball between the belly button and the thighs. You're going to bring the hands behind the back. Now we're focusing on opening up. Here we are opening up into the lower back. Breathe in and open up there. So stay in your squat position and squeeze that ball. They do have a tendency to slide out, so keep pushing it deeper in. Breathe out. Nice deep breath in. If this is taking any strain in your lower back, you can squeeze the ball between the knees, but try and move around that ball, opening up into the lower back as you tuck into those vertebrae, and then breathing in and opening up across the chest. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Keep going. And breathe in. 4 more. And breathe in. And 3. And breathe in. Really tuck around that ball and breathe in. Last one. And breathe in. Good. And coming up. Shake everything out. Let's bring the ball between the knees. Go back into your squat position. So hold it there and squeeze that ball, extend those arms, and just pulse the knees in and out. Circle the elbows and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Open up across the chest. Squeeze, squeeze. So make sure you're not there. You're sitting that bum back like you would be sitting into a chair, squatting and squeezing that ball. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And release. Shake everything out. Let's come down onto the mat. We're going to focus with the ball under the shoulders and under the sternum. Just relaxing into it, releasing the sternum, softening it up. Relax your forehead and your hands, and just breathe into the ball. So you're focusing on breathing through the nose, a nice deep diaphragmatic breath, so belly button should be pushing down into the mat, and you're softening the sternum with the ball. Now we're going to reposition the ball just under that those pectoral muscles, and you're going to extend your arm out to the diagonal. And now looking at it from the side, you're going to bring the ball towards the shoulder and palm facing up, and then you're going to extend the ball or roll the ball towards the chest or the sternum there, and roll out and roll in. So keep going. Your movement looks like this from the front, rolling out and rolling in. Rolling out, support yourself with your other elbow and push and release. Keep going. 4 more. Pull and release. And 3, 2, and 1. Finish with the arm next to the body, and now rotate the palm so that the thumb is pointing up. And I want you to pulse up into that movement, focusing on the thumb and the front arm line. Keep going. 4 more. 3, you will feel it in the triceps because of that rotation. And 2, and 1. Let's do the same thing to the other side. So just position the ball underneath that shoulder, supporting arm on the elbow. Reach that arm out to the side, and let's roll the ball towards the shoulder, and then back to the sternum or the chest. Reach and roll. They do have a tendency to move around, so reposition if you need to, and reach. 6 more, and reach, and 5. 4 to go, and 3. 2 more, and the last one. Hold it there, pushing into the ball, rotate the thumb, and pulse up for 2. Relax your forehead on your hand if you need to. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. repositioning the ball under the belly button now. So if you're feeling a little bit nauseous, if it's just pushing too much into that stomach, then you can release some of the air. Otherwise, ball under the belly button. And again, resting your forehead on your hands and just relaxing your feet and moving the ball from side to side, side to side. Keep going. Good. Now we're going to position the ball between the hip and the rib cage on the lateral side. Bring the opposite knee up. So you're going and use the hand, same hand as that knee, and balance on the supporting elbow. Now I want you to push around into that lateral side. So move the ball from the belly button towards the left side or the right side. Massaging between the belly button, the hip and the rib cage there on that side. 4 more. And 3, opening up into the hip here as well. 2 and 1. Good. Let's do the same thing to the other side. So extend that leg, come onto the elbow, shift the ball a little bit more to that side of this belly button. Bring the opposite knee up. You're going to lift and push into the ball, rolling it towards that lateral side. Nice. Release into the diaphragm and into that lateral side. Keep focusing on your breathing. Let's do another 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. We're coming back onto the first side. So coming onto your side on the elbow and bend the knees. You're going to bring the ball between the knees now. So we're working a little bit into a rotation, like trying to get yourself into a bit of a spiral movement. So the same arm as the top knee is in front. I'll give you 2 options here. What I'd like to see you do is lifting off the hip, staying on the foot, and you're going to lift the knees and twist. Lift and twist. If that is a little bit too tricky and you're taking any strain in the lower back, then I want you to keep the elbows down and just lift off the hip and drop. Lift off the hip and drop. So you'll feel it working into the spiral line and you'll feel it pulling into a nice stretch into that lateral line and that lower back. If you can, try to choose the knee option, coming off the hip, and we lift, lift, for 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. From there, let's move over to the other side. If you are taking a little bit of strain in the neck and the shoulders, we're going to release the head in a minute, or the neck in a minute. Bring the ball between the knees on the other side. So the same arm as the top leg in front. We're going to push off the hips. If you want to stay in this position, continue dropping and lifting the hips. Otherwise, stay on the foot and lift the knees. Drop the knees for 2 and 3. You should really feel that movement into the obliques. And 4 and 5 and 6, 7, 8 and 9 and 10. Good. Drop onto your hip and let's come and release that neck on the ball. If you do have your water bottle, let's hydrate a little bit. Now we're going to focus on the back line of the body, bringing the ball underneath the head, and I want you just to nod the head from side to side. Just releasing that neck a little bit. Coming back to the center, you're going to draw a nice big circle around the ball with the nose. Really lifting the chin up and circling. Keep going. Another 2 and another 1. Let's change direction. Nice big circle. 5 to go. And 4. 3 more. Keep focusing on your breathing through the nose. And the last one. Good. Come back to center, hug the knees into the chest. Rock yourself into a seated position and just position the ball a little bit lower down. So we bring it onto the shoulder blades, bring the head into the hands, and just rocking from side to side. So just massaging across the shoulder blades from side to side. Now extend one arm up to the ceiling, and I want you to really reach into it. So as the shoulder blade comes, the left shoulder blade comes onto the roller, so you extend that right arm up. Reach and release. Reach and release. And reach and release. Let's do another 4. Again, targeting into those obliques and into that lateral side. 2 more. And the last one. And let's do the same thing to the other side. Support the head in the hands. And a nice deep breath in. And reach. Breathe in and out. 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. 7. And 8. And 9. And 10. Good. Coming to the center, knees to the chest, and rock yourself up. Position the ball a little bit lower down. Make sure the weight of the head is resting in the hands in this position, and open up. Opening up into the diaphragm, and make sure the chest is bouncing, not the head. We don't want to see the head moving up and down. The chest opening up and bounce into a nice lateral position, and then move to the other side. And back again to the first side. Bounce. Weight of the head into the hands. Make a hammock if you need to. Bring the elbows together and go over to the second side. Bouncing. So keep the chest parallel to the ceiling, but you're going to bend into the waist and back to the center. Now from here, breathe in, opening up. Now breathe out. Lower back is pushing down into the mat first, and then when you open up from the tailbone, and then the head comes down onto the mat. Breathe out, pushing from the tailbone, and a ripple effect through the spine. So the tailbone and the belly button opening up, and then the head comes down. Again, make sure the weight of the head is supported by the hands. Breathe in from the tailbone, open up, then drop the head. Breathe out and tuck. Again, a nice deep breath in. Open, 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 open. A nice big range of movement. Breathe out and tuck. Keep going. Arch and breathe in. Breathe out and tuck. Keep going. Another 2. Breathe in and breathe out. And the last one. And breathe out. Extend your arms to your thighs and pull yourself up into a lifted position. Lower back, ball into the lower back. And again, we're going to open up. This time you're going to stay in a slightly lifted position, and we're going to reach the opposite hand across to the knee, opposite knee. Reach and reach. So similar to that movement when the ball was on the shoulder blades, but we're just going up into a more lateral twist and reach and twist and reach. Breathing out and in. 3 more. 2 more. And the last one. And back to center. Just come up and lengthen if you're taking any strain in the lower back. Position the ball. right into the small of the back. Opposite hand towards that knee. So twist. Breathe in and open. And twist. Breathe in, open. For 3. And 4. And 5. Breathe in. 6. Another 2. And 7. And 8. Good, nice. And pulling up and lengthening. Good. Let's release the ball and lower back down onto the mat. Bring the ball into the small of the back. So just a little bit lower down than we were previously. Rest the head on the hands. And we're just going to tuck and arch. Just getting a little bit more movement into that lower back and that spine. Breathing out. So again, movement from the tailbone, keeping the upper body nice and relaxed. 4 more. And tuck. And 3. And tuck. 2. And tuck. The last one. And tuck. From there, ball comes a little bit lower down, you might, and then we lift in the knees. Good. And we're just going to extend the legs up to the ceiling and open them out. And you're going to try point down, so rotating, so the heels are pointing up and the toes are pointing down. And you're going to pulse into that open position. Pulse, pulse. For 5 and 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Squeezing the heels together. And let's bend the knees. Keep the knees over the ball, not over the chest. So you bow, and then we're opening, and we're tucking. And we're breathing in, and we're breathing out. Nice deep breath in, and breathe out. Keep going, and breathe out. Keep going, and breathe out. Keep the heels as close to the tailbone as you can. Another 4 and 3. 2 more. And the last one. And release. Good. Release one foot. Keep it in the tuck. Release the other foot. Bring the feet side by side. Lift the tailbone. Lower the back. And bring the ball between the knees. Squeezing the ball, we're going to focus on that breath in. We're going to bring the arms next to the body, and then as you breathe out, pushing the lower back into the mat, you're going to circle the arms around. Good, and again, a nice deep breath in, and lengthen the arms next to the body, then breathe out. Lower back down. Good. Breathe in, open up. Squeeze the ball, tuck from the tailbone and round the spine. Good, keep going. And breathe out. Last 2. And breathe out. Squeeze that ball and breathe in. And breathe out. Now we're going to add the pelvic thrust. So push the elbows into the mat and we lower down. Breathe in. Breathe out, tuck. Squeeze the ball, activate the glutes. Breathe in and thrust. Squeezing the ball and lower down. Keep squeezing the ball, breathe in and arch. And really squeeze the ball now and tuck. Push the pelvis up to the ceiling and lift. Lower down. Breathing in, arch. Breathe out, tuck. Breathe in, thrust. Roll down through the spine. Let's get the arms moving. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and roll down. Again, nice deep breath in and breathe out. So we combine those two movements. Breathe in and thrust. Push the elbows into the mat so it helps you get a little bit more lift. Roll down through the spine. Again. And breathe out. And breathe in. And lower down. If you're feeling it too much into the hamstrings, bring the feet slightly closer to your tailbone. Again. And breathe out. And push up. And roll down. Keep going. Last two. And breathe out. And breathe in. And roll down. The last one. Nice deep breath in. And breathe out. And breathe in. You're going to hold it in this position, and I want you to just squeeze the ball between the knees, pulse it. Now just focus on breathing into that diaphragm. Another two. And breathe out. And another one. And breathe out. Roll down as you breathe out. Hug the knees into the chest. Good. Let's release the ball, and you're going to bring both feet onto the ball. If your stabilizers are not cooperating, you can bring one foot next to the ball, but try and balance on the ball and hug the ball with the feet. And you're going to again push the pelvis up into a nice lifted position. And just roll it out and in just a little bit, working into the back line of the body. Pushing, just rolling, a small movement. Keep going, focusing on the breathing. Another 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Roll down through the spine, just lengthen the legs out. And have a good old stretch there. Yawn. Release any tension in the jaw and hug the knees into the chest. Let's do one at a time. So pulse that knee into the chest. And release. Let's do the same thing to the other side. A nice psoas stretch. Bounce that knee towards the chest. And both knees, rock yourself into a seated position. We are now going to focus a little bit more into the diaphragm and then focusing on the 3 B's. The breath, or the butt first, the breath, and then the shoulder blades. So the breath, the butt, the breath, and the blades. Let's take the ball first into the diaphragm so we can increase that breath. So you're going to lie with the belly button on the ball, again like we started with. And then we're just going to rotate the arms and the legs together. So ball under the belly button, and you're going to twist a little bit. So moving the ball, keeping the ball where it is, moving the legs to one side and the arms to the same side. Then you're going to walk the feet around to the other side and twist. Get a nice lateral stretch there and move again to the first side and we twist. Let's do one more and we twist. Good. Come back to the center, relax the forearm on the hands, relax your legs, and then just wiggle the hips a little bit from side to side so you're moving the ball into the diaphragm. Focus on breathing into that diaphragm. And then the ball will push the breath into that lower back. So just relaxing into the ball. Bring the head to one side. And twist the head to the other side. Just releasing in the neck. and change again. Release the ball from under the belly button. And now we're going to get into that movement, the break, the butt and the blades. So extending the hands, both hands onto the ball. And you're going to take a nice squeeze with the glutes first, then take your nice deep breath in. Squeezing the glutes, breath in. Shoulder blades together as you pull up and lift. Breathe out and lengthen away. Squeeze the butt, take a nice deep breath in. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as you pull up and lift. And roll down. And again, a nice deep breath in. As you squeeze the butt, then pull the shoulder blades together and lift up. So the shoulders should be quite nice and far away from the ears. Breathe out as you extend. Squeeze the butt, nice deep breath in. Pull the shoulder blades back and pull up there. Good. And lower down and release. Keep going, squeeze. Breathe. Pull up and release. Relax the butt as you go into that extension. Squeeze it. Breathe in. And pull back. And extend. Let's do another 2. Squeeze. Breathe. And pull back. And release. Last 2. Squeeze. Breathe. And pull back. And 1 more. Squeeze. Breathe. And pull back. And release. Nice. From there, just bring the ball closer towards you. Hands next to your chest. Breathe in when you're lying flat. Now we're going to focus on rounding into the lift, so you're not taking any strain in the lower back, and the shoulders are not lifting up like this and overextending the back. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Tuck and round and pull back into your child's pose. We're going to finish off with the ball between the knees, and we're going to stay on the front of the feet unless you're cramping. If you're cramping, make sure the head is nice and relaxed and you're not taking any strain in the neck. So you don't want to be looking ahead. You want to be looking down. You're on the elbows, on the front of the feet, and you're tucking under and you're lifting and you're swinging the knees from side to side, and you are squeezing that ball. Drop the knees. Take a nice deep breath in and look up at the front of the mat. Squeeze the ball, tuck and round, lift the knees and swing the knees from side to side. Drop the knees. As soon as you need to take a deep breath in, drop the knees and breathe in and look ahead. Try focus on breathing out as long as you can. You want to make it 4 to 6 counts on the out breath. So already we're starting to breathe out. And we're breathing out, we're breathing out, we're breathing out. Drop the knees. A nice deep breath in, open up. Good, keep going. Tuck and round. Lift the knees and swing. 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. Drop the knees. Take a nice deep breath in. Really open up into that position. Keep going, brush around the spine and tuck, lift the knees, just a centimeter off the mat, swing the knees. Breathing out, drop the knees. We're going for another 3 more, breathing in and breathing out. Lift and swing the knees from side to side. Drop down. Good, breathe out, tuck and round. Lift the knees and swing. Good. The last one, take a nice deep breath in and breathe out, tuck and round. Squeeze that ball and swing the knees from side to side. Good. Drop down onto the knee and release. Let's come into a seated position and onto the back. Bring the ball underneath the head, and we're just going to release the neck a little bit. So head onto the ball, and like we started off in the beginning, just nod the head from side to side. Good, and let's draw a circle around the ball. Change direction. Good, release the ball. Have a nice big yawn. Release any tension in the jaw. Have a nice stretch. Reach up. Again, hug the knees into the chest. Bounce the knees towards the chest. Let's take the arms to one side, the knees to the opposite side. Look to the direction the arms are going. Really reach into it. Take hold of that top arm by the wrist if you want to. Increase that stretch and pull that arm down. Good, let's open up. Bring the knees over from the first side and look away from the direction the knees are going. Take that arm across, grab hold of the wrist if you want to, and increase that stretch into that back arm line. And come back to the center. Bounce the knees to the chest. Rock yourself forward and back, just loosening up in the back. And come into a seated position. Rock around onto your hands and knees. And let's push up into our pyramid. So you are, or your down dog position. So you're trying to push those heels down and bounce towards the heels. Bounce towards the heels. Walk through the feet. And walk the hands to the feet. Drop the upper body and bounce towards one side. Bring the feet slightly closer together. Bounce from side to side. Coming into the center, nice deep breath in. Uncurl through the spine. And shake everything out. One last deep breath in. And breathe out. Well done, and thank you for joining me.